Top Hits USA from RPM. Our name says it all. Get the latest hits while they're the hottest. With Top Hits USA, you'll have the track for sure. Visit tophitsusa.com or call 800-521-2537 and get a free demo.
DJ Event Planner will change the way you manage and run your business. Streamline all of your procedures and software into one easy-to-manage system. DJ Event Planner, the ultimate online planning tool.
Good evening and welcome to DJN TV. It's Monday night. It is live chat night. I'm John. I'm back for tonight. And tonight, kicking off our evening, I've got a special guest, Kristin. Good evening.
Good evening. How are you tonight?
I am doing okay. Feeling good. Feeling very, very good. Glad to be able to be back here tonight. I'm not able to see quite as well as I was hoping to be at this particular time. But in 48 hours, we'll have this conversation, and it will be a completely different story. So,
good, that's good.
Yeah, looking forward to that. It's going to be a cool couple of weeks here, and then all of a sudden, John's going to be able to actually read again. Yay! Oh man, you just until you can't. Oh man, it's been an interesting time. So tonight, gang, we're going to be talking about marketing for our businesses, getting ready for the wedding season of 2017, and getting the word out. And Kristin is, of course, a marketing. I don't want to say expert, because then people will be like bashing everything we talk about tonight. But she is a connoisseur of marketing.
Yes, I like that. That's true. So it's good. It's really good.
And we're going to talk a little bit about some of the social media things and getting into that tonight. For those of you who are joining us on Facebook, there's a chat there, and I'm not going to be able to follow that because we usually follow the YouTube chat. Now, for those of you who are watching us on YouTube, thank you again for watching. But John is pretty much blind right now. I can kind of see Kristin, and I can kind of see me, and I can kind of maybe hit a button. That's why we were a little bit late. So
you're faking it really well. So.
Jimmy Spin is going to be watching in the chat room. So if there's anything that comes up that's really important, he was going to text me. Otherwise, gang, I appreciate your comments and share, talk, ask questions and such. And if there's something that really needs to be addressed, we'll get that. Otherwise, next week I'll be able to see much better, and we'll get the question. So, Kristin, a political season, we're just about ready to get this out of the way, but one of the few things I like about it is that you can see some very interesting marketing strategies that are being used out there. And there's been some things on Facebook recently that I've seen that have really been kind of cool that I'm going to utilize in my own business. Let's kind of start talking about some ways DJs can market with Facebook.
Sure, I'd love to do that. You know, I know we talk about a lot of different social media platforms and how there's so many options. You've got Facebook and Snapchat and Instagram and some of the smaller ones that maybe aren't as used. But I think that Facebook is still our number one. I think we can engage the most amount of potential clients and connect with past clients and also those that might refer us through Facebook. I think that's the best. Overall, I love other social media platforms too for different reasons, but Facebook for me is still king. So I think it's a great place to start.
I think it is. And I think one of the big changes that I've noticed with Facebook is that people are still using it, but they're maybe not spending quite as much time on it as they were a year or so ago. So you really have to be effective with what you're doing. So when they are on, you're able to hit them.
Right. That is really true. I mean, I think that's true for myself too. I don't think I'm spending as much time. The time that I am on Facebook, I want to be more productive and more targeted to meet my goal for whatever purpose I'm on Facebook. So I think it's the same for our clients and vendors that we're working with. They want that too. Facebook, as we all know, has set things up in a way that if we want to reach the maximum amount of people on our Facebook business page, we're going to have to pay. And I think that it's okay to accept that and embrace it and move on. I feel like in the past year, we've had a lot of success with our Facebook ads. They've been generated a good amount of traffic in comparison to our competitors in our market. And our market is somewhat of a smaller market. Mm-hmm. But those Facebook ads are really important. So one thing that I'm not sure if everyone knows, if you don't mind, John, I'll jump on a screen share.
Yep, go ahead. And we'll get that set up here so everyone can see what you'll be talking about.
So when it comes to Facebook ads, there's two ways that you can build your ad platform. So what you're looking at here, this is our Facebook page. This is focused in on a video that we made for Halloween of our staff. This is a fun promotional video that we put together just to show just how fun we are and that we have a great time. So you've got Bob Ross and his painting here. And it's a slow-mo video. It's fun. Anyway, so I think a lot of times when people get onto or advertise on their Facebook page, they're going to boost the post directly from the post. And this is fine. It's a quick way to get your ad engaging more people. You can choose people who like your page, those people and their friends, or you can target, which is great. But the limitation here is that you don't have as much customization in who you're targeting that ad to. And did you want to say something?
Yeah, I wanted to jump in. Now, I know, and maybe this is just me, I have different audiences created, which I'm sure you're going to talk about.
Yes.
And some of those audiences are getting to groups that have multiple, 3 or 4 different likes. Maybe they like peanut butter, and they like Hershey's candy bars, and they like the Green Bay Packers. Right. Those multi-audiences are not showing up for me.
Interesting. Well, I'll show you maybe a tip. So here in your create audience, you can choose men or women, their age group, location, how far you want to reach beyond that, and then any additional entries. So you can see some of the things I've got on here. Mm-hmm. Now, this is great, but I think that we're missing a huge section of our potential reach because we're not building ads in Facebook Ads Manager. In Ads Manager, you can get a lot more targeted, even as far as relationship status according to Facebook, some more specific likes. So for that same video, if I want to get video views on, a particular video, then I'm going to go through this process. And suddenly, so again, I can choose my location, Boise, Idaho, my age range, gender. But if you go here to detailed targeting, you can browse through different demographics, interests, and you can get a lot more specific. You can browse by life events. I want to reach people who just had an anniversary. Maybe you want to get some anniversary parties perhaps, or for the future, or someone who just had a birthday, friends of someone who are newly engaged. Facebook tracks all of this for us. Mm-hmm. They've done all the hard work. So you can come in here and say, yes, I want people to see this video who have their best friend or their close friends who have been engaged for 1 year or less, 3 months or less, 6 months or less, because then not only am I potentially able to reach that, potential bride, but if her 3 bridesmaids also see the video and tag her in it, then she's getting hit from multiple different ways.
Good idea.
So getting in here to Ads Manager, I think is so important. And I don't think a lot of people know the difference of how detailed you can get in your targeting by building your ads straight from Ads Manager instead of here from Boost Post. Mm-hmm. From Boost Post, which here I don't have nearly as much. If I go to create my new audience, I don't have nearly as much. I can type in interests, but it doesn't give me anywhere where I can choose relationship status and things like that.
Yes.
As much. So you can get a lot more specific in Ads Manager. So that is definitely one place where I think all of us can have more success in ads. So anyway, that's one little tidbit that I have found to help me boost more effectively and have more success with my Facebook ads. So yeah, Facebook, I mean, I think there's a lot of different purposes on Facebook. I think we're trying to reach potential clients. We're trying to stay in touch with vendors and those, referral sources. And we're also trying to connect with our past clients to generate future business. Maybe it's not another wedding, but maybe it's a company party, which is the season that we're in right now.
Yes.
Or, another event that they might have planned in the future.
Kristin, when you have put your ads together and such, have you noticed that there's kind of a fall off as the relation between adding more per day money to the reach, that it seems that you get to a point and you're not seeing that same incremental as the money goes up, the reach increases?
Yeah, I think that's true. I think you've got to be really strategic with your time frame on your Facebook posts. I think anything more than 4 or 5 days is going to be too much because the posts get stale. And just like we've all experienced, when you see a video pop through your newsfeed 5 or 6 times, it gets annoying. And then you might have the opposite effect. So if someone clicks hide this post, and it's going to hide posts potentially from your business or similar posts that you might boost from their newsfeed because it's all algorithm based on what they like.
Right.
I think you've got to be really strategic about that, and you don't need to think like, oh, well, the longer it's running, the more reach I'm going to have. That might not be true. You might have more reach in a shorter amount of time because of building excitement.
Yeah, I think that's definitely, especially when you mentioned earlier with the bridesmaids sharing and tagging the bride, what have you. It's just, I've talked to a few people and they're like, well, if $5 a day is good, $50 a day should be awesome.
It should be in theory, but again, I think it depends on what your post is and who you're really trying to reach with it. Spending $50 a day doesn't mean that you're going to reach more brides just because you're paying more money, because there are only so many brides and people getting married in Boise, Idaho next year.
Good point. Very good point. Yeah, there's just a limited audience.
Right. And then, so you have to find that sweet spot for your market and for your purposes. I typically spend $20 to $30 on a post total. And honestly, I've had good success with that.
Yes. Yeah, I've found that in some cases I've had better success or more success with a smaller budget than with the times where it's like, okay, someone wants to do a post, they hire us to put the post together and they want like, let's put $300 towards it. No, please no.
I don't think it's necessary. I don't think that you need to be investing as much through Facebook ads if what you're doing is getting the reach that you like.
Yeah.
And let's be creative about how we're getting reach, right? So we might be getting reach by adding money, but could we get reach for free if we're tagging photographers in it?
Yeah.
If we're, sharing it with the venue where the wedding took place, or if talking about a video, or if we're tagging the bride or anyone in her wedding party in the video, that in and of itself can generate more reach without adding money.
Yes.
Which is really good. You'll see here on this post, I've got 19, 20 people tagged in it. These are my staff. And so I tag my staff in it. They like it, they comment on it, and then it's showing up in what's going out to their friends' feeds. And so this particular video, I didn't boost at all, and I had reached 3,800 people.
Very nice.
For my market, I was really pleased with that. So, and you can look at your analytics of your posts and how they're doing, especially if you boost them. And of course, I think most of us know that, but it's good to look at that. Something that I found out that a video view on Facebook means they watch the video for 3 seconds. So it doesn't mean they watch the whole video. So maybe, or 3 seconds, or maybe it was 10 seconds.
I think it's 10. I was thinking 10.
Yeah, when you said that, I was like, no, I think it's 10. Anyway, that's not a lot, of a 1 or 2 minute video. 10 seconds is just a little snippet, but hopefully it's enough to gain their attention and engage them in a way that they watch more from other things you post.
So if you were going to boost this video, would you do a custom thumb with that, or would you just scan through and find a clip that looks decent? How would you approach that?
It just depends. It kind of depends on the video. This particular video, I might have been able to find something that I liked. And again, it was a little promotional thing. I'm just going to scroll down so I can find this other video. This video, I boosted this video. It was fantastic. And this particular video, I did upload a custom photo from the wedding that fit what I wanted the brides to see to engage them.
Was that the picture we just saw of the couple dancing?
No, I don't know if I can get it back.
Yeah. You'd have to go to your video thumbnails, I think, or the list of videos. And
Get full screen, maybe. No, it's not going to let me. Anyway, it was a picture of the video, or of the couple during their first dance with Dancing on a Cloud. So yes, that was highlighted in the video, but it wasn't a clip from the video. But that allowed me to control what kind of message I was sending and how I was trying to engage people who were watching it. And this video, I reached almost 10,000, which was awesome. And I think I spent $20.
And as far as text, did you have any text on that thumbnail?
No, I did not. So sometimes Facebook, I think, is tricky because we have to be friends, I don't mean friends with someone on Facebook, but we are showing something as a friend. Mm-hmm. And so I try to, on my business Facebook page, I try to stay away from anything that's too sales driven. That's why my logo is not the first thing you're going to see, because I want them to see it as oh my gosh, my friend shared this awesome video, and let my post itself do the work. Let the video and maybe the end of the video have some text do the work.
Sure.
If I'm engaging them, they'll connect.
Yeah.
But it's all psychological. No one wants to be sold to.
For sure.
And if it feels like an advertisement, people see through that, especially our wedding clientele who are millennials. They see right through it.
Yeah, that's an interesting, having children who are of that ilk. Mm-hmm. It's interesting to engage them and then to see and talk to their friends, and oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah, it's interesting. So we have to create something that is really, it's something they want to see, and they don't feel like they have to buy a DJ package at the end of it. Mm-hmm. And then we trust that by connecting and having that brand and that presence. But then when it is time for them to make that purchase, we will be the obvious choice.
Let's talk a little bit about scheduling of a post, whether it's a video post, which video, text, or photo, image, or photos. Mm-hmm. I think video is the strongest candidate for promotion out there. Are there days of the week, because we can really contour now, we can hit days of the week and we can hit times of the day. How do you handle that?
I try to mix it up because I think we're going to hit people at different times of the day and different days of the week, just based on life differences. I think about my own life, and I'm not always my clientele, but a lot of the times in the bridal market I am. And Mondays are really busy for me. Fridays are really busy for me. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, I'm a little more engaged in social media, and I'm not as, maybe stressed out. So I think those mid-week days work well, but I try to hit things at times that make sense. So I'm not going to throw something out there at 6 p.m., right? Because everyone's coming home from work, they're making dinner, whatever their life situation is. I can stop share here now that I'm starting to, my face.
There we go.
But I think it's important to mix it up. There's not one time of day that every potential client or every vendor is going to be available, but you can reach different people at different times. And I think that's maybe varies based on the purpose of your post.
Yeah, and for those of you who are kind of wondering what we're talking about is, if we're boosting a post, like initially what Kristin was showing, that's basically, it starts, it goes, and it ends, and it's constantly being served to your selected audience. But through the ad manager, you can go, and I can say I wanted to go on Mondays from 3 until 4 o'clock, and I could do that.
Right.
If that was like the time, if there was a meaning for it.
Yep. Ads manager is very powerful.
Yeah,
awesome.
just definitely, it's an incredible tool. It's just figuring out where, in the DJ world, I seldom run ads on Fridays or Saturdays. And in the fall, it's a great time in the afternoon, Sunday afternoon football time. Basically, you wait until after halftime, and when the games are kind of getting away, it's amazing the traffic you can find in the DJ world on Sunday afternoon. But that's another story.
It really is. And I think it requires a bigger view of your strategy for Facebook and all of your social media. These conversations, they can travel from platform to platform.
Very much so.
The principles are still the same. So I think it's important to not shotgun approach your social media like, oh my gosh, I have a great video. I think I'll post it right now because I'm excited. No, stop. And just think about what you're posting. Who is your audience? What kind of reach do you want to have? What's your goal? And then when is the best time going to be to post that? And be patient. I know sometimes when we get a new video, we just want to post it right now because we're so excited. And we love the video. That doesn't mean that it's the right time to post it.
Very much so. I like when you're talking about the goal, and I think that's something that we sometimes will lose focus on, is that sometimes the goal isn't to, obviously eventually we want to make enough sales to be in business. That's part of what we have to do. But so many times when we're doing something on social media, our goal isn't to make a sale. It's to start a conversation. I think is probably the best way to describe it.
Connect. Yep.
Yeah.
Make it memorable, because then when that person is ready to buy, they'll think, what was that company? What was that, that video I watched? That's who I want. And that brings people to your door to purchase. But with that, I think that, keeping that in mind, it's really important to make sure your brand is consistent across your platforms, including your website, because you want something recognizable for that person to come back to. If they, our little trade brand, what's the word I think of, trademark or whatever, is this W that we use.
Yeah.
My profile picture on Facebook, we use that on Instagram. It's on our website, on every page. And that's what I want people to recognize. I want them to come back to that little W, that wave, and purchase, because it's comfortable. They've seen it on videos. They've seen it on Facebook. They've seen it, wherever.
Yeah, great stuff. Kristin, if people want to get in touch with you and have some questions or something, what's the best way for them to reach out to you?
Definitely can connect with me on Facebook for sure. You can also email me. All of my contact information is on our website, which is soundwaveevents.com. And I'd love to continue the conversation and share ideas. Yeah,
you've got some good stuff there. A couple of things that I had, like when you went into the relationship, there's a couple of things I haven't seen there. It's like cool stuff. So, Kristin, thank you much for being with me, gang. We're going to, I can't paste and copy the link as I typically would. So in the description of the video is video number 2. We'll be back with Matthew in about 5 minutes tonight. So, Kristin, once again, thank you much for being on tonight.
Thanks, John.